Hi everyone, this is Shadow, back again with another video. It's been a while, I'm sorry. Things got very busy. And you're probably wondering what is going on today. Now this is not a sponsored video. I'm just doing a review on the Arteza watercolor pads, our pad of paper, and their lovely water brushes. Yay! Now, these are a huge step up from what I use. Here's the size that I have in my water brush. Now, here's my water brush here. This is not like a Pentel one. This is just one of Michael's generic brands they have on water brushes. They're over like by the scrapbooking stuff. It's like the weirdest spot possible to put it. But yeah, that's where I got mine. Another one I have, which is the one brush bigger. This is the size I have in mine. So you can tell there's a big difference. Yeah. So I'm going to be trying those today with this paper, which I normally use whenever I use watercolor paper. I normally use the Canson watercolor paper. You can tell I've used quite a bit of it. I need to start I think I have some recorded actually. But normally pads of paper for watercolor do not come with a lot. This comes with 30 this one comes with 30 sheets. This comes with 32 sheets. That's a lot of paper, and it comes with 2 pads. So like you order and it comes with 2 pads of these, so that's awesome. Now the only difference I can tell is I've taken a piece out of this book already, is they're both cold press. The only thing I can see that there's a difference of, I think this is the same, yeah. I cut out a lot of Canson paper. Which is, here's, I don't know if you'll be able to see it. That's the texture the Canson paper has. Let's see if I can get it. Ooh. It has sort of a grainy texture to it. And this has that type of texture to it, so I don't know how well I'm gonna like that texture, or if I should just use the backside, which is smooth. Which is nice. But this feels really nice. It's thicker than the Canson, which is interesting, because the Canson paper is usually pretty thick. So we'll be using that. So, oh, and the watercolors I'm using are these. They're the Zinc watercolor set, which is really cool. I really love the set. I'm sad that I can't find anywhere that sells it anymore, because it is an old set. And I'm trying to stick that back in there. Yeah, stick back in there. I've already started kind of using it already. So, my favorite thing about this set is, if I can do this correctly and not have them slide everywhere, is that you can flip this over and say you want to remove a pan. You just slide it out, and then when you want to put it back in, you slide it back in, and it just clips back into this little thing right here. And this is a little water dish, and this is the little paint brush for it, or a little watercolor brush for it. Right there. There we go. It's a tiny little watercolor brush. Or I just drop it in the middle of the video. Come on. It rolls away! No! And it's a slippery one. But yeah. And then you can just pop it right back in there. It does come with a pencil and a sponge and all that. I don't use that, and this is where you put the wire. So yeah, I'll be using that along with. Usually Artist Loft is pretty meh when it comes to things, but I found these to be really nice and vibrant, and I don't think they make them anymore, which is sad. And there's crumbs or something stuck to the bottom of this. That's why you don't eat and use these. So my hair is on everything. Is these Artist Loft brush markers. I love these things for doing, like, if I need a good vibrant color. And of course I got it on clearance. I don't think they make them anymore now. I don't know. They may make them differently, but yeah. Yay! So we'll be using those. So I'm probably going to be done talking in this video and put music for the rest of the video. And you'll just watch me try it out, and I'll come back with my final thoughts on how I like these, the paper and the wire brushes. I can't think of what they're called right now. But yeah, I'll come back at the end and tell you my thoughts on them. And that's pretty much it. So I'll see you then. Before I do the review on this wonderful amount of supplies here, I will be peeling the tape off, and I figured you guys would like to see this instead of me speeding through it. And by the way, I use Scotch washi tape that I got. if I can find the corner. Yes. Yeah, I figured you guys wanted to see the pitting of the tape. So, I don't know if I'm going to be leaving it in or not, but the first attempt I did with this paper, I used it on the textured side, and it made everything faded. It lost the vibration, the vibrant colors that I had put down. But on the second one, I did use more of the Arteza markers, or not markers, the paint pens, I guess you would say, the paintbrush pens. So it may be that, but I don't like the textured side as much as the back side of it. I like the back side because the back side seemed to dry better. This side just stayed wet for the longest time. It wouldn't dry. It could be that I put too much water down, but usually on my Canson watercolor paper, it dries pretty quick. So I'm able to do everything within the time frame of it. So I end up just flipping over. I do like the look of the textured side, but at the same time, my problem with it was that it was just not drying. It was sitting there and it was just pulling a lot of water in one spot. The other side did fine. It dried, it did its thing, and it wasn't as a problem. Now, my problem now reviewing these. They're pretty much the same as any other water brush, except make sure you don't push both sides, because if you push both sides, you're going to have a flood of water. I found that out the hard way with the big one. I pressed both sides. I guess you have to press both sides at one point to get as much water as you want out of it, but my problem was that I got too much water, and at one point you can see me wiping a little bit of water away because it was like going everywhere. It was a pain. So overall, I like these water brushes better than mine because they have such a variety of sizes and they hold a lot more water. Now for the paper, if you're gonna get it, if you like the texture side, I say go for it, but if you don't, then just flip it over to the back side. It does amazingly on the back side. The only watercolor paper I've used is a couple of them. I'm trying to think of what that brand is called. It's the Strathmore. I've used Strathmore before, and I do not like the Strathmore watercolor paper. It has a weird grain to it, and even when you flip it over, it has a grain on the back as well. So I was just like, oh, what a waste of paper. Some people like that grain. I just don't like the grain as much as most people do. I guess the grain wouldn't affect someone that's using gouache or acrylics or something, because that usually fills in the gaps. But I'm using these watercolors and I just don't like the grain. I'm still gonna probably do a few more details on this and see how I like it. But that's pretty much all I have to say about it. So I hope you liked this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and if you want to see more videos like this where I'm like reviewing different art supply and stuff, which I have a lot of it. I have a lot of art supplies now. So if you want me to review anything, I don't know if I'm going to post videos of this. This is really hard to get on camera. But let's see if I can get one of them. It looks so muted on the screen. I don't know. I'm trying to get... It's like a fluorescent color. They're all like really fluorescent colors, and they're very hard to get on the camera. But I don't know if I'll do a video on those or not. I made them like a couple days ago, so I'll be using them a lot, so I don't know if I will or not. But that's pretty much it about this review, so I'm gonna let you guys go. So bye.